Welcome everyone to another part of the video. This time we have a very different kind of an intern. When I say different, it's a UI UX for all the folks who are aiming to get into this industry. So without wasting any time, let's quickly get started. So, hi Jackie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And today was my last day at Salesforce as an intern. And I'm glad she took out time. So thank you so much. Let's get started. Can you introduce yourself? Like, what college do you go to? What courses are you taking?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Jackie Savillon. I'm a product designer at Slack.
At Slack.
Yes, specifically at Slack. I go to NYU grad school,
Wow.
specifically NYU's IDM program, which is their design / engineering program for everything that's tech, anything that's experimental technology and whatnot.
Okay. So, what is the degree? I mean, what degree would you graduate with?
With an MA.
MA. Okay. And as you said, you're working in the UI UX team of Slack.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So again, she's in that cool build. I mean, building with Apple keyboards, Magic keyboards. So, when did you apply, and how did you get to know about this position at Slack?
Yeah, so I believe I applied last year around December.
Okay.
I think that's when the position started opening for product design positions.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to join is because one of my fellow friends that used to be an intern with me at a previous experience
Okay.
now works at Salesforce, also specifically Slack, and he encouraged me to apply, and here I am now.
Again, people who are working here, they had a wonderful experience. So, like, we are sharing our story. There's a reason. Like, we love this place. I think same thing similar you would have experienced. That's amazing. So, did you apply via referral or just went to the portal and boom?
So I originally applied just by portal. I found the position and I was like, oh, okay, like I'll apply. And then I remembered that my friend worked here, and so I reached out to him, and he endorsed me, and he was like, oh yeah, this is a fantastic place. You should definitely go for it. And then the rest is history.
Yep. So, there are two things over here. First is direct referral. You can reach out to people. They can refer you using the internal job portal. But let's say you apply. I mean, you did not get a referral. And let's say in future you find a network. You can reach out to them and they can endorse you. Or they can, try to reach out to the recruiter and speak about you or validate your candidature. So, networking is very important. Cool. We all have signed an NDA. So, without disclosing any direct questions, can you tell us how was your interview experience? How many rounds did you have? What questions? Okay, what type of questions were asked? Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I believe that product design is slightly different from SWE, but in general, designers have a portfolio full of their work,
Okay.
and just highlighting their best work and the design process in general. So the way I did it was I applied, I submitted my portfolio and my resume. I then got a screening phone call from my recruiter. We immediately bonded. She was so nice to me, made me feel at home. And, once we talked a little bit, she moved me up to start, to go ahead and review my portfolio. So
Okay.
I had to wait a little bit for that, because I believe that the design team was the one reviewing my portfolio. But maybe after a couple of weeks, my recruiter reached back, told me that the design team was very impressed and they wanted to schedule a call with me. So I moved on to presenting 2 of my projects to a panel of 3 designers already
Okay.
on the Slack team. And from there, I passed that, and so my recruiter let me know that I had to do a design challenge,
Interesting.
like a final design challenge, and then present it to another panel of designers. And so
Was it a take-home challenge or?
yes, it was a take-home challenge. I believe I had about 5 business days to complete it. So yeah, I did it. I presented it to the panel. The panel liked it. And then, they moved me up to my final interview, which was basically just talking to a more high-level designer about my career goals and what I wanted to get out of this internship. Fortunately, we had a really good time. We bonded, and yeah, then I got the call back saying that Slack wanted me on their team.
Amazing. So what kind of portfolio was it? Like a Figma? I mean, I am not a designer, so I don't know the technical terms.
Yeah, absolutely. So for product design, you can go, when I talk about portfolio, it's just basically a collection of your work.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of ways you can go about it, but the most popular choice is to basically get a website domain and like design and build a website with all your projects.
Do you have a website, I guess?
I do.
Can I link it in the description?
Absolutely.
So do check out her website in the description and maybe endorse her on LinkedIn. Again, links are in the description. Maybe reach out to her for more questions.
Absolutely.
And when you are reaching out to her, you came from this video, so she knows that you already have a basic understanding and why are you reaching out to her. Awesome. And while you're doing that, subscribe button somewhere over here. Please hit that. Cool. So I think you already answered how did you prepare for the interview. It was all about your portfolio that did the magic.
Yes.
Anything else apart from that?
Yeah, no. So I do think that a lot of it has to do with how well you crafted your portfolio is, but another big part of it is knowing how to sell yourself and your projects. So my number one biggest tip, if you're wanting to come into the industry of product design, is that you know your projects really well from front to back. It is very different when someone is just looking at your portfolio online and just reading through your project versus you presenting it. Mm-hmm. So one thing that helped me a lot is instead of just scrolling down my website when I was presenting to the panel of designers, was I created a slide deck in Google Slides.
Wow.
Where I could just kind of show my thinking process and my design process of each of my projects, and also my take-home design challenge.
Interesting. So the more creative you are, the better it gets in the interview experience, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
So apart from your friend, what were the other reasons that inspired you to join Salesforce?
Yeah.
Or Slack? I mean, they're same, but...
Yeah. So I think I initially was more drawn to Slack than Salesforce. I didn't have a full grasp of what Salesforce did. But one thing that helped me a lot was just, again, talking to my friend. And he comes from Quip, which
again,
was...
one more subsidiary of Salesforce.
Yes, exactly. And so he just kind of told me everything that, his team did and how they integrated with Salesforce. He recently made the move to Slack, and so he also kind of oriented me how like each product has a little bit of like their own culture inside of it. And I was sold. I thought it was really cool that Salesforce had like all these like little teams, and it was just so easy. If I ever got bored with Slack, I could move over to say Tableau or Quip. And so, yeah, that was one of the biggest things for me. Just like that flexibility and knowing that, if I ever started feeling a little bit tired of the work that I was doing, I could always, find another team or something cool to work on.
Makes sense. And it's just not on theory or paper. They really mean it. My mentor told me the same story, and I've seen that in front of my eyes. So it's not just on paper, but they really do that. Okay. Any tip that you want to give to future interns, or anything that if you knew before, you would have got the experience much better or something improved?
Like from my
your internship experience, mm-hmm. or from your application process.
Okay.
Or any tips for future interns?
Yeah. I think definitely working on your portfolio and personal projects to build that portfolio is especially really important in the UX UI field. I would say don't be shy about, starting a personal project or if you want to collaborate with someone and you have like a crazy idea that can improve the world, like, just go for it. Or it could be as simple as, redesigning one of your favorite features on a product that you use every day. Any small
That's
project.
That's an interesting point.
Right.
Just take something and redesign it.
Exactly, yeah.
Give your touch.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you don't have to have tons of work experience in order to land an internship at a big company. It's all about how, I guess, recruiters are just more interested about your thinking process and, what you can learn from being at an internship. So, again, just building up that portfolio with, whatever work really inspires you to do it was super helpful for me.
Absolutely. That's a great advice for anyone who's, confused. Okay, I am doing my classes, but what should I do after classes?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just take any Salesforce product and redesign it from ground up, sorry.
For sure.
Okay. Some favorite memories from the internship so far. There are many, but a few.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Or your favorite event, anything.
I think that, so I think like maybe, I think like one of the best things that happened to me was that some of the interns here are really proactive about trying to meet each other. And especially since we're all in person, I think there was more of an incentive for people to actually hang out with each other. So I think one of my very best memories was I had just gotten to San Francisco. I was sick with COVID my first week.
Crap.
And so I was like getting better, and then like I think a group of interns wanted to go to Lake Tahoe.
Wow.
And so by then I was getting better. I was testing constantly to make sure that I was testing negative. And so yeah, this group of interns just decided to like just put together a trip, and like yeah, like those, and so I went. Yeah, and the people that I went with like are now one of my best friends. So yeah.
So you're taking friends plus learning experience from the internship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Top 3 events so far from FutureForce.
From FutureForce. I think the spin event was really fun. Yeah, I think we saw our recruiter. My recruiter her name is Christina. She's lovely. She's hilarious too, and it was really fun.
Did you guys take the group photo?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I took their group photo as well, so I would put it somewhere over here, but I remember I saw your request.
Yeah.
She was fun.
But yeah, she was really funny, and she was just so excited to see us all there, and so like that was a lot of fun. Just like also like with the other people in like the ping pong tournaments, like that was a lot of fun. I think like the welcome event for my cohort was also really cute. Like we had like a lot of food and a lot of board games, and I met a lot of people that way as well.
Absolutely. Lucky part for me was I came from the first cohort, so we had to attend that, and we got to attend even your event.
Oh, okay.
So it was like double welcome event.
Yeah. Fun.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think I'm blanking on the third one, but I'll get back to you on it.
No, it's fine. It's all good. Any recommendation that you want to give to FutureForce team? What they can improve for the next cohort, if any. I mean.
Yeah. I think maybe I know there's a lot of moving parts, but I maybe feel like my onboarding was a little long, because I believe that my first week I think it was purely like Salesforce onboarding and just getting your.
The third day was Slack, right?
Yeah.
After 2 days, yeah.
Right. And so like first week was fully onboarding, but then the second week I had like a second set of onboarding just for like design.
Oh, okay.
And I believe that Sui got something similar. Maybe not on the second week.
Yeah,
but
on the first week, but it was
okay.
It was team dependent.
Okay, yeah. So I think it just really depends on teams.
Mm-hmm.
But at least my experience, like I think I had like a full 2 weeks of just onboarding. So I think it could have been maybe a little bit shorter. I was just a little excited to like start working.
Get to work.
Yeah.
Amazing. I think that's it from my side. Thank you so much for doing this. And again, this is the only UI UX content I could get for you guys. So please ping her, but be cautious about her time as well. And yep, stay safe and do subscribe if you have not. Peace. Bye.